here. I have a feedback. Okay, that should take care of it. Yep, good, good. I had my Facebook open. All right. Okay, guys. Who is here with us? Go ahead and show your face, wave at us when you get in. We are here. This is 39 down, and we have Celeste Green with us. We are ready to laugh. I am already laughing. But I'm going to read your bio, Celeste, okay? And then we'll talk a little bit about what you do, okay? So Celeste Green is a certified laughter yoga teacher based in Atlanta, Georgia, and she helps people laugh on purpose because laughter feels good and it's good for us. And Celeste is an accomplished facilitator who has presented on TEDx and whose work has been featured on a number of media such as CNN and Forbes.com, Psychology Today, 11 Alive News, and Fox 5 Good Day Atlanta. So we have a personality today. I watched your TEDx talk. That was really good too. So welcome, Celeste.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you today.
Great, great. I'm really, really glad that you accepted this invitation. And I just want to start, just tell us a little bit about just the concept of what you do. We'll dive into it more later, but tell us a little bit about, what is laughter yoga? What is a laughter facilitator?
Absolutely. So laughter yoga it's a health movement whereby practically anybody can laugh for a good long time without any jokes or humor or comedy. In laughter yoga, we don't need that stuff. We just get straight to the laughs. We generate laughter as a form of exercise in laughter yoga. And it may seem silly at first, but as you get into the spirit of laughter and you make eye contact with other people who are laughing and you play with them, your laughter becomes real and contagious, and you end up getting a workout just by laughing. So it started in 1995. There was an Indian medical doctor and his wife, a yoga teacher, and they came up with the concept. It started with just 5 people laughing in a park, and it's spread to over 100 countries all over the world now.
Wow.
People are laughing together on purpose.
Wow, wow. I wonder what people thought when they saw them in the park. Like, okay, guys, sure.
Yeah, I know.
Sure. Whatever you guys are doing over there. But yeah. That's a pretty good thing. So tell us about you and how did you hear about it? How did you end up doing this?
Yeah, it all kind of happened for me, making lemonade out of lemons, I guess. So what ended up happening was it was around 2008 when the economy was downturning in the States, and I lost my job. And then like the next day I got into a terrible car accident. And then the next day I got dumped. And
okay.
And I'm laughing now, but at the time,
no, you were not. I'm sure.
I was not laughing, and I knew that something told me it's like you need to laugh. Like it was like this just intervention from somewhere. Just laugh, Celeste. I'm like, well, how can I laugh? So I started looking around on the internet, and I just stumbled upon laughter yoga. And they had a training in West Palm where I used to live. And I thought, well, I'm laid off. I'm not doing anything else.
Laid off, you don't have to go out on a date. There's nothing to do. You might as well go.
Yeah. So I went to the training, and I had never done laughter yoga or seen it really. And somehow I ended up at this training, and it was a very transformational couple of days. And so I came back to Atlanta And I was determined to, tell people about laughter yoga. And so I just set up a little website. And then the next thing I noticed, I was laughing with groups of people, people in companies who were looking to relieve their stress, and so it all kind of just happened organically. But if you would have asked me 10 years ago when I discovered this practice, if I would be laughing with people for a living, I would have told you were crazy.
You're crazy. Well, let me ask you this. When you went to the training, I mean, you saw the, online YouTubing and Googling stuff. So you had an idea of what you were getting into. But still, when you got there and you see all those people just start just laughing randomly, did you think that was just completely okay? Or was there a point where you were like, this is a little weird, but let's just go with it? Or
well, it can feel a little strange at first. So in laughter yoga, it's like you generate laughter as a form of exercise, and then there's these playful behaviors that you do. And I've noticed with new people, now that I've been teaching this for 10 years, and this was with me too, and I think your experience as well, as soon as I was able to just let myself go and give in to the experience, I found it to be liberating. But it required work on my end. I had to submit to it. And when I first went to the training, I was almost laughing at watching the other people, experiencing it. And I still sometimes, can see new people and I'm like, oh, they haven't given into it yet.
Well, and I'll tell the viewers, hi viewers, welcome everybody that's here. Tell someone else, join the conversation, and if you have questions, ask some questions to Celeste as well. I do want to share my experience. I did do your class on on Tuesday, and I have to say, at first I was like, okay, again, that I have seen it online, right? And I've watched, you have a lot, on YouTube and on your website and your Facebook page that we'll highlight later. And so it's like, it's not like I don't know what's going to happen. But at the same time, when I started it, I was like, okay, this is just not, this is weird, but let's go with it. I have to know what I'm going to be talking about. It was kind of research. Let me see, how it goes. And then there was this one lady, because you have this this thing with hula hoop. Imagine that you have a hula hoop, and then she just pulled down her whole. I'm like, okay, she's a pro. She has her own hula hoop ready. Then you had something with the fan, and she pulled out her fan, and I said, you know what? Let me not take myself so seriously, and let's do this. And towards I'll say halfway through and going towards the end, I started actually laughing and doing the motion and stuff, and just it's kind of almost like you're going back to childhood in a way. Just let it go and be silly and have fun.
It is. It's actually based on that whole idea, like you mentioned, of childlike playfulness. So, and actually, even though we don't use humor in this type of laughter, I used to do improv comedy back in the day. Yeah, and before
I can see that.
And in improv, there's a principle called yes and, where somebody says something and you agree with them, and then you up the ante a little bit.
Yeah.
And with laughter yoga, it's that same thing. Like I mentioned that there's going to be a hula hoop. Somebody pulled out a hula hoop, and then somebody else started hula hooping on their arms, and it's just it sets off a string of playfulness, and that's how it works, basically. So you're absolutely right. And do you remember, like when you were a little kid, do you remember just laughing your head off with your friends at a playground, like over nothing?
Over nothing. And it's funny because I have a daughter now. She's 9, and she does little things that remind me of what I used to do, just to make people laugh. Say a joke, or like she got glasses now. I don't know why she's so excited about it, but she loves it. And she'll put her glasses down, and she'll say, I forget what she said. And I remember it reminded me of something that I used to do. I used to say, I'm the grandma that's doing the news or something, and I'll just laugh at it. And I remember I would say over and over and crack myself. I thought I was so hilarious, and everybody was looking at me funny. But yeah, there were things that we would do just for no reason, just for no reason. But I guess as we get older, we get so serious, right?
We too tend to get serious. And,
Mhm.
I used to, my job that I was laid off from,
Mhm.
that got me started on this laughter yoga. It was a stressful job, and
Mhm.
I worked a lot, and it was just kind of soul sucking. and
I
and
can
so
identify.
yeah, but when you're in the grind like that, I mean, you have no choice but to just keep going, right?
Mhm.
And
Right.
it wasn't until everything stopped, I'm like, gosh, I'm not really happy,
Mhm.
and I want to be happy. So
Mhm.
what do I need to do?
Right, right, right. Nice, nice, nice. Well, let's talk a little bit about, I guess, the science of laughter, because you mentioned it's like exercise. But tell us about some of the benefits that that's out there, scientific, and then things that you have seen and experienced, in your practice.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I want to say before talking about the benefits of laughter, which are numerous, is that the healthiest laughter is deep diaphragmatic laughter. So like really laughing, like a
Mhm.
belly laugh. That's the healthiest laughter.
Okay.
And so if you just kind of chuckle, you're not going to get that same aerobic benefit. But laughter
Mhm.
done with enthusiasm, it actually shares mental and physical health benefits in common with aerobic exercise. So it actually functions as a mild aerobic workout. So it exercises, your facial, stomach muscles, skeletal muscles, exercises the heart, the lungs. Um, it flushes old air out of the lungs and helps you to bring in more air, but also mental health benefits too. You know how when they talk about the runner's high, like
Mhm.
how you feel that euphoric
Right.
feeling on a run? Well, I'm not much of a runner, but laughter is the same way. So
Oh, okay.
it releases endorphins and serotonin, and so when you laugh, you feel those positive emotions.
Mhm.
And it actually makes you feel closer to the people that you're laughing with, because it carries something with it that's called the bonding hormone, which is oxytocin. And so when you laugh, even with a group of strangers,
Mhm.
you feel a connection with them. So depression, anxiety, I mean, and the great thing about laughter is all you have to do is open your mouth and let it out.
Yeah, that's true. It got me thinking, well, if I don't want to exercise, but I can laugh. you
Well, and
know.
that's been really important to me in my
Mhm.
work. Not everybody knows my whole story is I used to be really close with my grandmother, and she had dementia, and she
Mhm.
lived in an assisted living
Mhm.
place, and she suffered a fall. And
Mhm.
the doctors and physical therapists, she did, break her hip, and they said,
Mhm.
you got to exercise. You got to
Mhm.
do these exercises.
Right.
And my grandma hated exercise, hated it. And,
Right. Painful.
and yeah, and then, throw in a broken hip. And so what we would do is we would actually laugh at the exercise class, and
Mhm.
and it would help her to
Mhm.
want to go to the class.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's so sweet. That's such a good yeah, yeah. That's and you know, isn't it nice when you have you learn something and you train something, you help others, and then now you can actually have the opportunity to help somebody that you cherish that's so close to you, like your grandmother.
Hmm.
That's so sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can see, you know, and I'm thinking about people, like you said, you know, exercise can be, I guess, strenuous, or you don't feel like it, or if you are, you know, you have mobility issue like a broken hip, or I'm thinking about if you're overweight, or you know, like accident or anything, where you know you are having some trouble, you know, getting started with laughing, right? You
hmm,
can get started with laughing, get all those muscles, all the organs, everything going to a point where then yes, you can step out and do something a little bit more uh, involved in terms of actual exercise, right?
absolutely. It was like the laughter drew her in, and then she was like, "Okay, maybe I'll do this leg lift." You know?
Yes, I can see that. I can see that. That's awesome. That's awesome. What other benefits or other experiences that you want to share with us?
I've experienced, I mean, in my own life, since starting laughing. So I've been laughing on purpose for 10 years now. And I also have struggled with depression my whole life. And
Mhm.
since discovering this type of laughter, it has helped me to laugh, and to experience joy,
Right,
when if you've ever been depressed, it's like you don't like anything while it's
right,
happening. It's just
right,
like,
right.
nothing feels good,
Mhm,
and it's hard to feel happy when you feel that way, and,
mhm,
being able to laugh. So, when I go through periods of depression, I just make the sounds, just ha
mhm.
ha 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 ha, and you know, sometimes just making the sounds. So just making the sounds is good for you. Your body
Right.
doesn't.
And just making, go ahead, because that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, your body doesn't care whether the laughter is genuine or you're just making laughing sounds. Like to your
Mhm,
body, they're both are healthy, and
mhm,
so to just be able to make laughing sounds, when I'm not feeling like laughing,
mhm.
sometimes just the act
Right.
actually makes me laugh and makes me want to laugh. And
Mhm.
it's like the motion creates the emotion. That's what I love about this. You don't have to feel good to do it,
Right.
and, but it will make you feel better.
Mhm, mhm. Right, right. Hello, who said hello? Oh, hello from Martinique. Hi. Hi. Yeah, that's really, really good. Um, and just the fact that the point that you said, you know, that our body doesn't know, you know, if we're laughing, if we're making ourselves laugh, or there is something funny. The point is the laughing is happening, right? And I heard, you know, the first time really I looked into, you know, we know laughter is the best medicine. We hear that all the time. But I was watching an episode of, it was a remission, spontaneous remission documentary, and somebody was talking about how she was going through chemo, and she started watching comedy. I
Yeah,
forget her name, and she started watching comedy, and so now she actually does stand up and comedy for people who are going through the process of chemotherapy. And but then I found out about, you know, the laughter yoga, and understanding that you may not even feel like watching something, right? But you can just go through the exercise and get the same benefit. Yeah.
exactly. And what most recent science is showing, so laughter has been studied since the 1960s, and it's the study of laughter is actually called gelotology. And that always like
Totally
makes me
nice.
feel like jelly rolls laughing,
Yes.
like but it's such a fun word, but it's called gelotology. And you know, there's a couple different ways that they get to the laughter, you know,
Mhm.
comedy, tickling, or intentional laughter, like
Right.
laughter yoga.
Mm-hmm.
What they're showing now in some of the more recent studies is the laughter yoga is actually having a greater benefit than watching the comedies, which that makes sense to me as a laughter yoga professional, because we know that the healthiest laughter is deep laughter. So in the
Right.
laughter yoga sessions, you try to laugh deep on purpose.
The whole time through.
Exactly. And unless something's like really funny, you're usually not going to laugh for a really long time. You're just going to laugh a little. And then, so what they're seeing in these studies is that the simulated laughter actually even has a greater aerobic benefit than watching a movie. But in any way that you can get to laughter is good.
Right. No, but you make that's a very good point. That continuous, ongoing, deep laugh. Because when you watch stand up or you watch a movie, there are parts where that wasn't funny. That's so funny to somebody else, but not to you. And so it's up and down. But the laughter yoga just involves your whole body pretty much the whole time through.
Exactly. So they say, and this is with any type of exercise, that you want to do it for at least 10 minutes. So, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't have time to exercise. Maybe you don't have time for a 30-minute class or a 60-minute class, but even just exercising in bouts of 10 minutes. And so it would be pretty hard to laugh at a joke for 10 minutes straight.
Right.
But in laughter yoga sessions, it's like a series of exercises. And what we do that helps us to prolong the laughter, because we know that the healthiest laughter is laughter for at least 10 minutes, is we take breathing breaks all throughout the session. So you experience that where we did some nice deep breathing, and that helped you to, take in more oxygen, but also to sustain your laughter for the duration of the session.
Right, because it is a workout. Once you get into it, I have to say, at first I was doing that, but once you really get into it, it is a workout. So, because we want to have time to actually do a small session, tell us a little bit about the class. What do you do? There are the different things, and I do have a question about that clapping that you are doing. Also, what is that about? Just tell us a little bit about what to expect.
Sure. So there's a couple parts of a laughter yoga session. And today we're not going to do a full, a full on, we'll do a little sampling. But if you go to a full laughter yoga session, it's going to have a couple different parts. So it's going to start off with a warm up, and that'll be a warm up of both your body and your voice, because a lot of us aren't used to laughing in that way. You don't want to get irritation in the throat. So we do, little loosening exercises, nothing serious, just helping to release inhibitions and start to warm up the voice. And usually in the warm up, I explain the clapping exercises. So yes, in laughter yoga, we do lots of clapping and lots of chants. And the chants are, and you'll experience them today, but they are just a fun way of letting people know, hey, we're done with one laughter exercise and we're going to start a new one. And so the chants just transition things along and also help us to get in touch with that childlike sense of playfulness.
Right.
And then usually in the session, you're going to have about maybe 12 to 15 different laughs. And they last, it depends. If there's just a few people laughing, it doesn't last as long. But if it's a bigger group, the exercises can go on for a while because you have a lot of people to play and interact with. So the leader will take you through a series of exercises, and the whole point of the exercises is just to be playful and have fun and laugh. And we also do the deep breathing all throughout the session. So usually about every 2 or 3 exercises, we'll intersperse a deep breathing. And then we do something called the laughter meditation. And that's a free-flowing period of laughter where we just let the laughter flow. At that point, like we're warmed up and you just let yourself laugh.
Right.
And I like to close my eyes during that part and just let my laughter be more internal. And then there's a period of relaxation at the end. So a guided relaxation and a time to reflect. And then usually there's some time for sharing, people can talk about how their experience was and, what brought them to the group. And then you're done. So everything I've just described to you can be done in anywhere from 20 minutes to 60 minutes. So my average session in person is usually about 45 minutes to an hour. Online, my average session is about 20 to 25 minutes.
Right. Yeah, and you mentioned we'll put all of your information because you do offer the online, in-person, online, Zoom group, individual, all those classes. Were you already doing online before the whole pandemic, or did you start doing Zoom then?
So I was exclusively in person before the pandemic. Laughter yoga has been happening online, but I wasn't. And I was doing everything in person. Of course, when the pandemic started, I moved the group online. I should tell your listeners, there's a whole worldwide laughter yoga movement. And so there's these things called laughter clubs.
Okay.
And basically it's free and you just come and laugh with people from all over the world. But I wasn't laughing online until COVID. And now I host 2 online groups every week. My in-person group has not resumed yet, and I don't know when that will resume, but maybe sometime next year. But yeah, there's 2 opportunities every week. And also, since it's a worldwide movement, I'm not the only person that has a laughter club. I mean, they're all over the place.
Right.
And one thing that I've kind of liked about the pandemic is that it's brought me closer to my worldwide laughter community. So I've gotten to attend other people's laughter clubs who I wouldn't normally get to go to. I mean, like last week I was laughing in Bahrain.
Wow.
I've been laughing in Uruguay. I mean, I'm laughing all these places that I've never been to before.
Now, let me ask you this. You're bringing up a good point because our hello from Martinique here is French speaking, right? So, have you found that there is a barrier with the language, for example, barrier when you're doing this?
Absolutely not. And so one thing that's even better about laughing on purpose is and a good leader will not only describe the exercise, but kind of show how it's done. What you want to do when you're teaching is always imagine that somebody's deaf and somebody's blind, and you want everybody to get your instructions, right?
Right.
But so if the leader's good, you'll see them demonstrating the exercises so you don't have to hear the language to understand. And we all laugh in the same language.
Yeah, that's true.
I had an interesting experience when 2011, I went on a European laughter tour. And I went with some of my laughter colleagues, and we went to laughter clubs all over Europe. And one of my favorite experiences was going to a laughter festival in Slovenia. And there were 200 people there. And, I don't speak Slovenian. I don't know about you, but we were still able to laugh with them without skipping a beat. And that's when I really saw that the language of laughter is universal.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I was not aware of, you talk about laughter clubs, and now you have laughter clubs and laughter festivals and conventions and all those things. And that must be very, a happy group of people. That's really That's really good because there are so many things that can help promote our healing and being open to different methods and being open to suggestions. It's just yes, Samantha said very interesting, and it's just it's eye opening, knowing that we have so many options out there. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And I feel like recently with the pandemic has just really opened up the laughter yoga movement. I mean, we're not laughing in person, and of course we want to get back to that when we're
Mhm.
able to, but connecting with my worldwide laughter family has been really nice, and I've
Right.
actually felt a lot less isolated, um,
Mhm.
because I'm, like I said, I'm going all over and laughing with people
With
in places I
anybody.
would not
Yeah.
normally visit.
Yeah, that's really, I never thought about, when you said that, we laughed at the same language. It's all sound the same in all the languages. So, and that's, as encouraging also that we don't have to necessarily find somebody who speaks the same language. We can all connect in that way. Um, I'll have to translate. Um, he said, I didn't think that existed. This is so exciting. Um, I laugh a lot at work with my colleagues. And in his family, the pastor and his family, they laugh a lot. And so, yeah, well, now you know that you're actually doing therapy as in
Yeah,
your family. And at work, you are a laughing facilitator at your job.
right. And so I actually, what I do is I go into companies,
Mhm.
mainly, but I work with all kinds of groups.
Nice. Mhm.
And I say go in. I mean, right now I'm not going in anywhere. I'm doing
Right.
everything on
Yes.
Zoom.
Mhm.
But
Much needed.
yeah, but what I would do is go into companies and help them get the health benefits of laughter, um, through laughter yoga. And I've
Mhm.
been really fortunate to help a lot of people overcome, stress, anxiety, all kinds of issues through laughing on purpose.
Nice. Yeah, and it's much needed right now because a lot of people are virtual. You have the family at home, you have the stress and the deadlines and so on going on. And so yeah, being able to have access to something like that, pretty powerful. Pretty
Yeah,
powerful.
it's been
Yeah.
powerful for me to be able to connect with people and laugh with them without even leaving my house.
Right. You have your setup. And I think, are you standing? You're
Yes,
standing already,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yes.
because you're always good standing. I actually want to go into our little demo because then I want to see if anybody has questions at the end, and I want to make sure that we have all of your contact information and so on. So, do you think it's a good time to do
I
that?
Yeah, abs is always a good time to laugh.
It's
So
a good time to laugh, right?
so like
Well,
I
I did.
said, I wanna invite y'all to just let go.
Mhm.
Just take this time to just let yourself play like a kid and let yourself really laugh, and I think that you'll feel pretty good even after just a little bit of laughter. So just to get
Right. My
started,
chair is hard to move, so I forgot about that part.
that's
So I'll
okay if
just.
you wanna sit, and for everybody out there, you can sit or stand. I am standing, but you don't have to. You can do everything no matter what. So I wanna invite y'all just to roll the shoulders and just start off by just smiling. Very
Okay,
good.
yes. Our somebody
And
said,
we're gonna
let's
make
laugh.
some laughter sounds. Ha ha ha. Hee hee
Ha
hee.
ha.
Grin. Ha ha ha. Hee 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 hee. It always makes me laugh. And very nice. And then we're just gonna reach up and just stretch overhead. Breathe in and let it go. This next time, we're just gonna laugh on the way down. Breathe in, stretch. Just laughing. Very nice. We're going to wave to each other.
Okay.
And those of you out there, just wave to us. And you're going to wave like you're greeting your best friend that you haven't seen in a little while. And we're just going to laugh the whole time. All right. So just waving and laughing. Ready? Go. Reach around, give them a big hug. And say this with me. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Two more. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Last one. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And yay. Awesome. One of the things that I love about laughter is it shifts your perspective. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on our rose-colored glasses. All right. So I want to invite you to put these on with me. And we're just going to look through these glasses and everything is just delightful and we just laugh. All right. Ready? Go. And say this with me. Very good, very good. Yay! Let's do it again. Very good, very good. Yay! It makes you thirsty. Laughter makes you thirsty. So we can mix a little laughter drink, okay? So what you do is you take your 2 cups and we're going to pour the first cup into the second cup. We're going to go, eh? Second cup into the first cup, eh? And then we're just going to drink it and laugh. Let's do it again. Eh? Drink it, laugh. And this next time we're just going to splash it on each other and we're not going to be upset. We're just going to laugh. All right. Ready? Let's go. And say this with me. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 2 more. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Last one. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And yay. You're doing great. I want to invite you to just breathe with me. Let's take a good deep breath in. Breathe in, stretch. And breathe out. Really good. Just breathe in and stretch. Then just breathe out. And this next time we're just going to laugh on the way down because we can. Breathe in, stretch. Just laughing. Awesome. I want to invite you to put your hands on your belly. I can't see if you really have your hands on your belly, but I have my hands on no, I know you don't have one of them on your belly. No. But what we're going to do is we're just going to put our hands on our belly. And we're just going to see if we can laugh from that place. So we're going to make some ho, 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 some deep laughter sounds and just see if you can get that belly laugh. All right, here we go. Ready? Go. And say this with me. Very good, very good. Yay! Let's do it one more time. Very good, very good. Yay! Very cool. And one thing I can say about laughter is that the more you laugh, the more you're able to laugh. So it's like any muscle, you know, when you use it, it works for you. It deepens. And I've noticed over the years that my laughter has gotten deeper and more joyful than compared to when I started. Do you have one or two more in?
Yes, we can do a few more.
Okay. Let's do a little follow the leader laughter. So I'll start off as the leader, and I want you to follow and make the same motions that I make and laugh in the way that I laugh. And then, and then I'll follow you. Okay.
Oh,
so,
okay.
All right. Follow me. Here we go. I'm going to let you off the hook, Billion. Very good. Yay. One more time. Very good.
I was thinking about what to do. But there shouldn't be that much thought into it, right?
Right. You just let yourself go. I mean, can you tell a difference from this time versus your last time?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So first of all, this time I was just ready to do it, and I am, laughing louder and freer already. So yeah, it works. You're right. The more you do it, the freer it gets. I mean, like I told, for you guys who joined in later in the broadcast, I did do this week. I did a class with Celeste, and a group class that she has. And so at first, yeah, it was a bit, like, what are they doing? Let me, I giggled, I giggled at first. But then once I really got into it, and I think, like you said, not taking ourselves seriously and then seeing others, yeah, having props and just really just laughing and doing silly things. And I said, let me give this a go. And yeah, it was very joyful and liberating. And this time, even more, I'm really getting into it. I got that deep laugh, definitely this time from the start. So very good. Yeah.
That's excellent. So we'll do one more together. Okay. And this exercise, we've talked this whole time about playing like kids, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to celebrate that now. We are going to pretend that we're little kids on a playground, you and me, and all of y'all out there. I'm from the South. So what we're going to do is you might be like on a swing set, you might be on a seesaw, you might be on some monkey bars. We're going to do all that stuff all while laughing. All right. Playground laughter. Ready? Go.
Okay. Get on the seesaw.
And say this with me. Very good. Very good. Yay. Let's do it again. Very good. Very good. Yay.
Great. They should be doing this in school. That's so true, especially right now. Kids need a good laugh too.
They
They do love it.
do.
Yeah.
Kids are under a lot of stress these days.
Yes. Yeah.
I actually have trained a
Mhm.
number of teachers. So I train people in laughter yoga. It's funny.
Right.
10 years ago, I went to a training, thought it was the weirdest thing, and now I train
I
people.
do train others. Yes.
But I've trained a number of teachers over the years who are actually using laughter yoga in their classrooms. And one thing that they're finding is that these short little bursts of
Mhm.
laughter, they're doing them in between classes and in between activities.
Mhm.
Also, I've found if you want to get a kid's attention, if you say very good, yay, their eyes light up. Or if you say ho, ho, ha, 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 they just kind of stop what they're doing and they're like, what's this adult doing? So,
That's true. Yes, yes. It's a very, very good point. Very good point. So, do we have to end with the breathing or anything, or that is?
let's just take a moment, and I want to ask everybody, just take a moment, and I want to invite you, if you're comfortable, just close your eyes, and I want you to just notice how you feel, and just notice any good feelings that you're experiencing, and just allowing yourself to enjoy those feelings. And as you're ready, you can just open your eyes. We did a quick little time, but I can tell for me, I already feel better with just this little bit of laughter.
Yes, yes. But it shows, it demonstrates that, you said even 10 minutes, just even 10 minutes it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. That's a good way to start your day, end your day, take breaks at work, at school. Yeah.
Well, and I wanted to actually briefly just touch on making laughter a daily practice. So you don't have to come to a laughter club to laugh. It does help, but I laugh every day in my usual activities. So, if I'm going on a walk, I might just chuckle as I walk. I feel like I'm always doing dishes. So, you're doing dishes, doing laundry, you can just laugh and bring in that benefit of laughter to simple mundane tasks.
Nice. Yes. It makes sense. It's just we don't think about that. We don't think about that because we're busy on the task and thinking about other things. You're doing the dishes, but you're thinking about something else, right? You're thinking
Right.
about all the other tasks that you have to do. But bringing it back to the moment and then laughing through as you're doing those things. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Absolutely. You're going to be doing it anyway, so you might as well enjoy it.
Right. That's true. If anybody, do you guys have any questions for Celeste? Thank you, Samantha, Giselle, and Facebook user who didn't put their name, Facebook user from Martinique. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and do that. And Samantha said, she loves this. Yes, she can tell your 10-year-old. Yes, I think so. I think you'll like it. I
Yeah.
think you'll like it a lot. Yeah, yeah. Um,
Thank you so much for sharing, Samantha.
yes. Good. Thanks, ladies. Yeah, if you did it, you would feel good. You would feel good right now. I do feel that sense of, that rush. It was really good. He said, "I will continue laughing every day." Wonderful, wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah. Tell us how we're going to put this in the comments. Don't know if you're able to type in the comments or
Yes, I can.
tell us, put your website, your Facebook, and then tell us about the free classes and how, if we want to do this on a on a more regular basis with you, how we can do that?
Yeah, I'm not able to type in the chat. I just did a private chat, which is not what I
Okay.
want to do. But it's my name. It's
Mhm.
Celeste Green laughs.com.
Mhm.
And on there, you will find thank you for typing. You'll find the free laughter class. And
Mhm.
so you just put in your email address and it sends you back all the details for
Mhm.
both classes. So I laugh every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern and every Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So and it's free and you can come as often as you want. And so you just visit the website and you'll see the free laughter class. And it's on Zoom. And even after the pandemic, I'll still teach an online class because I'm really enjoying meeting people from all over the world. My Atlanta class only brought people from Atlanta, which is fun. And I love growing my community, but I also am really loving laughing with people from all over the
I
world.
noticed that it was, just a diverse group, and like you said, the bond. We did bond with each other, from one square, one Zoom square to another. We're
Yeah.
waving at each other, and yes, yes.
And as what I've noticed over the years, I mean, I've had a free laughter club since 2010. And what I've noticed over the years is the people that come repeatedly, they become friends with each other.
Right.
We form those bonds in class. And even over Zoom, I've got people who are like, "Hey girl, it's good to see you again." So
Right.
it does create that community.
That's wonderful. And then if we want to learn, for example, for teachers or corporates or anything like that, we also can go to the website and you have information posted there.
Yeah, so I do my trainings is laughactive.com.
Okay.
Um, it's like active laughter, but laughactive.com. And with the COVID pandemic right now, I'm training online and I don't have another in-person training scheduled till 2022. And what it is it's a series of videos that are delivered to you, and then you come to group coaching sessions live with me and with the other people who are in the training program, and we practice and we lead laughter yoga, and we're building community there and supporting each other as we start, as new people lead laughter classes, we'll all go to the laughter class and support them. So
Right.
yeah, if you want to learn how to teach laughter yoga, I highly recommend the laughter yoga leader training.
Nice. Laughter yoga leader training. Wouldn't you know? That's wonderful. Finding something, in your, one of your, darkest times, and finding something so precious, and using it to help others heal, promote healing, promote release. That's really, really, really beautiful.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I got laid off from my job.
Now you can say that and laugh about it. And laugh about
Exactly.
it. I heard somebody said, they were telling their story, and then every time, they'll say something bad, and they say, and that was the best thing that happened to me. And there is all of those, those things, that, the bad, quote unquote, bad experience, events, in our life. And then we can look back and say that was the best thing, that was the best
Mhm,
thing that happened. Or I'm so glad it happened. So
mhm.
yeah, that's wonderful. Lorraine said, let me put your comments up, Lorraine. This is terrific. I'll use this with my students. Yes, yes, she is a teacher extraordinaire. Does
Awesome.
anyone ever laugh until their side hurt?
Oh, absolutely. So my sessions that are a little bit longer, as I mentioned, in person, I'll teach for 45 minutes or an hour. And yeah, I mean, you feel it in your abdominal muscles. And you do get that ache sometimes from laughing. It goes away. It's okay. But
Well,
and
you know, I will take that over doing the crunches. You
I
know,
know what you mean.
crunch or laughing. You know, I'll
Yeah.
take the laughing.
Yeah, yeah. It can make your sides hurt though, that's for sure.
We had a little sorry about that Wi-Fi issue.
Yeah, I think we're back.
And so you said, she said you laugh all the time also until your sides hurt. That's really good. That's really, really good. Well, we have come to, maybe the Wi-Fi was telling me it's been the hour, unfortunately. That's what it was. No, but we have come to the end of our talk about chat. But do you have anything that you want to leave, with the viewers? Any advice? Or she said, "My kids laugh until they cry." Well, that's fun. That is fun.
Well, basically, just in closing, I just want to thank everybody for listening and for, hearing about something, different. Um, I hope that everybody out there, I hope that you keep laughing. Definitely, laughter is good for you. It feels good when you laugh. And so the next step is just making it a regular practice. So any way that you can laugh, either by yourself when you're doing your usual activities, or coming to the laughter club, or watching funny movies, or whatever it is, just make sure that you keep laughing, because the more you laugh, the more you're able to laugh at whatever life brings.
Right. Yes, very, very true. Thank you for sharing. Yes, thank you, Samantha, for watching, and all of you guys who came on. For those who are going to watch this later, please do the exercise. Please do the exercise. Rewind and do the exercise. Don't just sit there. That was really, really, really good. Thank you, Celeste, for coming, for helping us laugh. I cherish this. Thank you so much. Yeah. And guys, this was 39 Down. Until next time, live well and love and laugh. And laugh. We will see you soon. Thank you, guys. Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much. Bye.